Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. We're on the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset, and I've got on the phone with me. We're going to go over to Williamson County, going to talk to the head coach of the Franklin Rebels. He's currently 1-4, but he's lost a couple of close ones, and he's actually lost the last three. It's not been good as a Franklin Rebel, but man, they are in there all the time. But you've lost to Ravenwood, Summit, and Independence, and like I said, you're now at 1-4. But talk about those last two games and kind of where you've been.
Two pretty good football teams, first of all, and I do believe, we're fighting, and I do believe there's some things we're getting better at. We made a few changes just philosophy-wise on what we were trying to do offensively. And from that point, it's still get the ball to who our best player is and get it to Guy Lipscomb. And Josh Nichols came in at quarterback, and being able to throw it a little bit more.
Make you two-dimensional?
To open it up for, Guy. He had a heck of a game last week against Independence, and, 2 interceptions on defense, rushed for close to 100 yards on offense, and a touchdown, and overtime, the 4th and 7 run that he had, it was just all will and all him to get in there.
Well, and you talk about that. Take us through that Independence, that region matchup game you just had, and took that fourth loss of the year. Talk about that, man. That was a real tough one.
It was, and they got a heck of a quarterback, and Coach Blade does a great job with their offense. But I thought we did a really good job defensively. I mean, basically held them to 21 in regulation, and to be honest with you, we were just trying to, because he was 30 of 45.
Wow.
and that sounds like a unbelievable night, and it was. I mean, but at the same time, we were tackling, and we weren't giving up a lot of yards after catch. We were lack of a better word, let's say bend but not break, and hope that they'd make mistakes. And for the most part, we hung in there, and things went, as well as planned. If you'd have told me before the game started that we were going to have one play to win or lose it, I'd took it, and we'd have done it right there.
Right, you just played that one game. Toss. Yeah, at the coin toss. Yeah, that's a great analogy. If you just said one play, we'll flip a coin and play, and whatever happens, whoever gets the ball, they get the ball. If they score, they score. If they don't, you win, they lose. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it just, we just missed it a little bit, but it just didn't go our way there. But man, I'm really proud of our kids. They've come back this week, and all's not lost. I still think we're a good football team that's fixing to put 4 quarters together, and we're going to be okay.
Well, and you talk about that. Where are you as far as your kids and injury-wise, Coach, before we start to talk about this next opponent?
We're okay. I mean, we're probably just like everybody else. You got bumps and bruises when, twisted ankles here and there. But we lost one inside linebacker to injury, and you hate that. But it's probably, to be honest with you, no different than most football teams coming up on week 6.
Right. You're going to lose somewhere along the way. You run the risk of losing one for the rest of the season. It's the way you've coached many a season, and to go all the way and not lose any, it's hard, isn't it, Coach?
Oh, without a doubt. And gosh, you hate it when it happens to the ones that, gosh. It's cliche, but at the same time, you say, "Man, why has it got to happen to the good ones?" And I don't mean just
no. You don't want it to happen to anybody. I don't. Yeah,
no, without.
We got to be careful what we say nowadays. So the people after you now, Coach. As you know, over here in Rutherford County, you got to be careful.
Yeah, and I mean it by the good ones of what I mean.
Right, you and I know.
They care about it, and it hurts them, man. It hurts them not to be there, but we move on and get ready, and we got McGavick this week. He's 0-5. Talk a little bit about Coach Nafsker and everything. And how long is have you all always played? Have you all always been in the same deal? Well, we were in the same region for 2 years.
That's what I thought. Talk about that.
And for the most part, Coach Gore's always wanted to play us, and he's told me that it's one of his better gates when and he likes coming over here. It's always a good atmosphere here, and given his, and we've had some really good games, and they're really athletic and big up front, and to me they just look like a football team that's looking for a win. Things aren't going. We're very similar. Things, when things go bad, they go bad, and let's hope it stays to the Rebel way, and we can get things going.
Everything else going all right with you, Coach? As far as the kids and everything, I see the accolades and everything on Twitter, but everything else seems to be going okay with the Franklin Rebels.
Yes, sir. These are great kids, and to brag on them probably not enough, to be honest. I'm just kind of old school on some things, but man, there's a large percentage of our kids are sitting there taking 4 AP classes, and they don't have weightlifting during the day, so we're having to ask them to come do it before practice or after practice, and then get home and get all that work. So that they're great kids.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck against McGavick, and we will be back on next week and talk next week to you, and hopefully you'll have a win, and we hope you'll be 2-4 next Friday or next week when we talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Take care, Coach. Goodbye.
All right, have a good one.
All right, good night.